despite the clickbait title, I do have what I believe to be the most powerful tool to help you in your weight loss goal, right? And in fact, I think that it can be used as a template for pretty much any goal that you have. And while the tool might seem like ultra simple, and you might roll your eyes a bit and be like, dude, really? That's what the secret is? But I promise you, if you implement it, and when you reach your goal, you're gonna think back and you're gonna say to yourself, wow, he was right. That is the one consistent thing that helped me get to where I wanted to be. So as simple as it may seem, I promise you that it will be the reason why you were able to do what you wanted to do. Now, we know that weight loss is not simple for most people. So that's what I like to do, is take a simple solution to a complex problem. And that's where people hit, a roadblock, is they try to do too many things. There's too much information. I digress. Anyway, so when it comes to weight loss, it's a big time mental game that you've got to play with yourself. And so what I teach my clients to do is we implement something called the 5-minute rule. And basically, when you sit down and you have some kind of food in front of you, before you eat it, you kind of push pause. You push pause for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a bit arbitrary, but it's enough time for you to reflect and make a decision based on that reflection. So within that 5 minutes, you have something in front of you. Let's say it's a candy bar, right? But you have a weight loss goal. You ask yourself one simple question and then use that 5 minutes to reflect on the answer. Will eating this help me reach my goal or my goals? Depending on the answer, you are then going to have a heightened awareness of what you are doing. And in my experience, over a decade plus a couple hundred clients, this development of awareness is probably the single most important thing that a person can do. Because a lot of times when a person overeats or eats something they don't want to, they're not thinking about it until afterward. The only time they start to think about it is when they're experiencing the consequences. So when you take that 5-minute rule, you decide if it's going to help you reach your goal or not. You have already determined what is going to happen afterwards, instead of doing something in the moment and then dealing with it after it's already been done. And frankly, whether you decide to eat that thing or not, or I should say, if you decide to eat that thing, you've already increased your awareness, and that is inescapable. Once that's in your mind, you'll know, and you'll have these thoughts and ideas around whether it's a good thing for you to do before you eat anything. So you kind of end up playing a little bit of a mind game with yourself. Anyway, back to the 5 minutes. So you've got this candy bar in front of you. You've got 5 minutes to reflect on, hey, what would be good about eating this? I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be savory. I'm going to be talking to my friends about how good this tastes. And then what would be good if I didn't eat it? Well, I'm not going to feel guilt. I'm not going to feel bloated. I'm not going to have a sugar hangover. So you're taking that time to weigh these consequences. And as I kind of mentioned before, the goal here is the awareness. The goal is to realize what the consequences are going to be, which is just far and away something that the majority of people trying to lose weight, they just aren't aware of, right? So the great thing about the 5-minute rule, like I said, is the awareness and figuring out, is this thing going to help me or is it not going to help me? And it really does a great job of sort of relinquishing dissonance, where you have this goal, but you're behaving in a way to where you're not doing things that lead you towards your goal. So not only will this help you decide if something is worthy for you to consume based on your goals, but it's also going to help you in the long term with easier decision making. You know ahead of time that this is good for you or it's not good for you relative to your goals, okay? So again, like I said, exceedingly simple. But here's the thing. You're not going to have just one instance of where you're having to decide whether this helps you with your goal or doesn't. So basically, you can take this and turn it into a measurement and something to track over time. You could, as simple as a little tally. I made the decision yes, I made the decision no. And the overall goal is to accumulate more and more decisions as far as something that is going to help you towards your goal. So when you begin to see that your life is being comprised of way more choices that help you towards your goal than don't, you're gonna see, I promise you, a correlation with your weight loss or your exercise regimen, whatever the case might be. And so that right there is truly the power. Because on the other end of that, you may very well, as long as you're being honest with yourself, you might find, holy crap, as much as I wanted to do this goal, look at how many times I just decided to say, yeah, let me grab for that. Let me go do that. Yeah, let's do this. You may find that your decisions far outweigh, your decisions to do things that don't help you towards your goal far outweigh the other, right? Even though you're working out a ton and you feel like you're putting a lot of effort in, well, these things accumulate over time, these decisions, okay? So what is the, absolute most powerful tool when it comes to weight loss? I believe it's the 5-minute rule. So my challenge to you really is, okay, during the next 24 hours, can you simply implement this? It doesn't have to be about the decision you ultimately make, whether to eat that candy bar or not. It's really, can you get into the habit of some reflection? Just 5 minutes for each of those decisions. You'll see that it goes faster and faster as time goes on. So that's my challenge to you for the next 24 hours. If you have a goal before you consume or do something, the question is this going to help me or not? It's really simple. Yes, it might be eye-rolling inducing, but you're going to find that it's a little bit scary to be reflecting on these things. And maybe that's sort of a self-defense mechanism to say, screw it, I don't want to do that. What are you scared of? I'm just playing. All right, that's it, you guys. Thank you for hanging out and watching. And I look forward to any feedback you might have. Please comment. Let me know what you think of this. All right, bye.